Okay, so I'm going to start the stitching part now. As you can see, a bit of a recap. Everything's done. I have put my batting on the back and that's all stuck down. I've put an edge round as well to go around my box canvas, and everything's just ready now to start the stitching. So we're going to go across to the sewing machine and get going with that. Okay, so here we are by the machine. I have actually already just gone round these black bits of my bumblebees and the antennae. I haven't done these black bits in here. I'm going to leave that until last. But I'm now going to do the yellow parts of my bumblebees, and then we'll get on to the honeycomb bits. When you're doing this, I suggest you start somewhere fairly central. Like, you wouldn't want to go round this edge, doing this edge first, because you can start to get some ripples sometimes. So I always try and start fairly centrally within my piece somewhere, and then it tends to work its way out anyway. I have to make a disclaimer, I am not a very good sewer. I do my own thing, which is probably not the right thing, but it works for me. I'm also a quick sewer. I go quite quickly because I like the freeness of it. I basically use my needle like I would a pencil, so I'm sketching, really. That's the best way I can describe it. So, you know, just bear with my sewing skills, that's what I'm saying. And we'll be off. Just going round these bits, nothing special. I could hop over to the next bit, but I tend to prefer cutting. And then starting again. And you'll notice I'm not a religious puller up of cotton either, mainly because what's on the back doesn't really matter to me, because I'm going to be putting it on a canvas. It doesn't need to be neat and tidy. So if I was doing, if I was quilting it or something different like that, then A, I'd be a much better sewer than I actually am, but B, you'd want it nice and neat and tidy. Go on to my other bee. Going across there, just cut that off before we quite know where that's come from. There we go. Okay, so now we're on to the honeycombs. So I've got to decide what I'm going to do with the honeycombs. I think I might do some, like, just some circles, filling it in with circles. But to start with, I'm going to go around the outside of it, the whole thing. Right. If I was clever, I'd do it all in hexagons. But I don't think I'm that clever to work it all out. So I think what should I do? Yeah, just going to go with circles. Well, ovals maybe. Lost me thread there. A bit too eager. Let's thread back up again. Gosh, my scissors are not very sharp. Trouble with this thread today. That's probably right. We seem to have gone a bit off there. Better. I don't like threaders. Swear it'd be much easier if I just did it by hand. Oh. She says. That's because I've got funny top on it. There we go. Right, if I could grab hold of it. Filling in every gap, I'm leaving some spaces as well. I'm not really doing this to secure the fabric, I'm really just doing it to give it a different texture and look, a bit more interest. Oh dear. It's fairly old cotton. I think it's probably past its sell-by date. See, that's the way to do it. Well, it would be if you hold on to it. You get warts and all on my channel. Right, so I'm quite happy with that bit. As you can see, it looks okay. Don't think I'll do this. I think I'm going to do this. Just going to go round this one. I think. So again, it just gives a bit of interest because it's different from. Hasn't stuck at all. got a few bits that I'm not terribly happy have stuck down terribly well, so I'm not going to do circles, I'm just going to do some squiggly bits. They're just my squiggly bits. There we go. So just something slightly different, just adds to the... Now all of this orange is stuck down really nicely, so I'm going to just do that. I'm just going to outline that because that's stuck down really well. And then I'll probably do some circles into this bit because it's just a plain old bit. It's a bit boring. And again, I'd quite like to get this to stand up away from the bumblebee a bit. So it'd be quite nice to do something in here. So actually I'll probably leave this plain and do some circles in there just to flatten it away from the bumblebee a little bit. So I'm just going to find some cotton, hopefully that will match that. Right, I have this tiny little reel here, look, which is the perfect colour. Hopefully there'll just be about enough on there for me to do that. So, change over my thread again. Going to go round first. Ooh. Oh. Got it done there. so that's all that area. So go our circle again. Okay, so that's done what I wanted it to do. It's just flattened it out around the bumblebee, which is just going to make the bumblebee stick out a bit better, stand out a bit better. So that's perfect. I'm going to carry on with the rest of it, and then we'll come back and we'll do. I'll show you what I do with on these edges, and then I'll show you how I frame it up. All right then. Bye for now. Okay, so I've got all my free motion stuff done. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edge of my picture where I've got this binding, and I'm going to do it in a zigzag just to hold it really nice and secure, because when I put it around the canvas I want to be able to really pull it and stretch it, so I need a really good firm connection. So move that over slightly. really see it. So just giving it a nice strong connection. Let's take this bit of fluff off it. Take myself around the corner again. Just down the last bit. The end there. Right, so you can see it just gives it a nice finish. I'll move it over and you can see. Okay, so here we are with the last part. As you can see, all my stitching is done. I've given it a good iron afterwards. That's my back. I've still got a few thready bits on here, but that doesn't matter really because I'm going to put it on a canvas. This is my canvas that I'm going to put it on. You can see this is why I need an overlap, because I want it to come right down the edge. So all I'm doing is I'm just offering it up, making sure I've got no white bits coming over the top, and it's fairly even. So I'm just pulling it down a little bit here. Could have gone too far. So just come down here. I mean, I defy anybody to get it absolutely spot on, because the trouble is when you sew, it stretches. So, you know, some bits stretch out better more than other bits. But where that is, I'm fairly happy. So all I'm going to do is hold it nice and firmly in place and flip it over. And then I'm going to start stapling around my edge. So I start right in the middle, smack in the middle. Turn my stapler on. There we go. And then smack in the middle on this side. Giving it a good nice pull. This is why I like doing the zigzag stitch, so I can give it a really good pull up. So same here, nice and tight. And then the last one, as tight as I can pull it. And then I'm going to flip it over, just check we're okay everywhere. Yeah, that's looking fine. And then we can just start working our way round, pulling up as tight as I can. And I'm really pulling hard. And don't be stingy on your staples. Check again. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Okay, and now we're on to the corners, the dreaded corners. Just grab my scissors. So with the corners, all I do is I cut down, straight down, not right to the base, and then I'm going to take off some of that because I don't want it bulking it all up. Okay, then I just pull that over that way, so it's going across that way, and then I pull this round and tuck it, and take a bit of that off as well. Going to take that black bit off because I don't need it and it's making that edge a bit dark. Okay, so that folds over that way. This I fold on itself. There you go, you can see what a neat corner that makes. Here we go, and a good staple. And that makes a pretty neat corner. A bit of cotton stuck there, but okay, so we'll do the same on this corner, cut down. Work out which is the neatest bit. That's going to tuck around there. You can even put a staple in this at this stage. I think it's going to help. That's going to fold back up on itself. And staple it in. And I don't think you're going to get much neater than that on a corner. Take it off, that tucks over there. Bend that back over. Up it goes. Yeah. One last. Just put some more staples in there. And there we go. Pretty happy with that. It's a cute little, it'd look great in a child's room, wouldn't it? Cute little pattern. What I'll do is I'll just bring my camera down. You can have a closer look at some of the stitching I've done. There we go. You can see I just put some bands in these wings. Just did the honeycombs in slightly different patterns each time. So there we go. So this is the beginner bee. I think everybody can have a go at this. It's not difficult at all. It's a great little pattern, and it produces a great little picture. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and hope to see you again.